Hi everyone, this is Tony, Tainted Lord A7, and I have a collection update. It's been a while since I've done a collection update, but I picked up a few CDs recently, which is not a whole lot, but I thought I would just do like a smaller collection update and give an update of all the CDs that I picked up recently. So, yeah, just a really quick collection update, so let's go straight to it. The first CD I'm going to show off is the latest album from Killswitch Engage, Disconsequence. Now, I think everyone knows who Killswitch Engage are. They're like the kings of metalcore at this point. Everybody who's into metalcore should know who Killswitch Engage are. And they're the kind of band that doesn't deviate from the trademark sound. You know, you pretty much know what you're going to get, and with this consequence, it's pretty much your straight up metalcore sound album overall. You know, with like I said, Killswitch Engage doesn't really deviate from the metalcore sound, and what they do best. And while it can be a bit predictable, you pretty much know what you're getting. And anyone who's a fan of metalcore and this band's sound should be satisfied with this album. You know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? You know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, Killswitch Engage are an example of that, and this consequence is just a really solid album from Killswitch Engage. Just a solid metalcore album overall. If you heard the sound before, you know what you're going to get, and it's a solid album. Really good stuff. So, yep, the first CD I'm going to show off is Killswitch Engage. This consequence, just a solid album overall. Next up is the latest album from Dream Theater, Parasomnia. Now, Parasomnia is the first album with returning member Mike Portnoy, I believe that's his name, who was last who left the band back in 2009 after the 2009 album, which I can't remember the name of it right now, but he returned recently. But he returned recently to the band and is on this album, Dream Theater's Parasomnia. And overall, it's just a really solid progressive metal album. Um, just a bunch of veteran musicians playing some really intricate, mind blowing, and well played progressive metal. Yeah, yeah. The songs on here are very well played. The and really does take you on a journey. And yeah, if you heard of Dream Theater before, you pretty much know what you're getting with this album. So I say this is just another excellent album from Dream Theater. A really good follow up to the album A View from the Top of the World. And yeah, Parasomnia is a really great album from Dream Theater, and overall, just a really excellent progressive metal album from Dream Theater. I think everyone has already talked about this album, so I'm not going to get into too much detail, but if you're a Dream Theater fan, this is definitely an album to check out. So, yeah, Parasomnia by Dream Theater. Okay, the next album I'm going to show off is the latest album from Body Count, Merciless. When it comes to Body Count, the only album I have from them is their debut self-titled album, and honestly, I haven't really been keeping track on this band. Um, yeah, I'm just been getting into some other albums from other bands that I kind of lost track of what Body Count's been doing. And recently, I've noticed that a couple of the albums has been really solid, and Merciless is another is a solid album from them. If you're into like crossover thrash, rap metal, rap rock, and some hardcore punkish moments, you'll definitely find something to like with this album. You know, all the songs on here are very fast, heavy, aggressive, and Ice T sounds pissed off and aggressive. You know, he has a lot to say, and he really makes a point to make you listen. So yeah, just a really solid crossover thrash, hardcore punk, and I guess rap metal album overall. So yeah, yeah, pretty much everyone has always said about what's needed to say about this album. But for me, Body Count's Merciless is just a really solid album from Body Count, and maybe I should go back and listen to more of the discography. But yeah, just a solid album from Body Count, Merciless, good stuff. Okay, the next two albums I actually picked up from a thrift store recently, and the first one is a movie soundtrack, and that's Judgment Night. Now, I never seen the movie Judgment Night, which came out back in 1993, but this soundtrack is an interesting experiment where they take all the hip hop rap groups and the rock metal bands at that time and have them team up together and collaborate and make original music for the soundtrack. And for the most part, I think they succeeded. If you want a good example of what rap metal, rap rock sounds like, before Limp Bizkit popularized it, I'll say this is a good example of rap metal, rap rock that doesn't sound cringy. I think I think all the songs on here are really well done, and most of them are really most of it is just like heavy metal with just some rap thrown in, but overall just a really solid album and a really solid soundtrack. Some of my favorite songs on here is like Biohazard and Onyx with Judgment Night. Yeah, one of my favorites is Biohazard and Onyx with the title track Judgment Night, Slayer Ice T's Disorder, which is actually just a medley of cover songs from the hardcore punk band The Exploited. And another one of my favorites is Helmet's. Another one of my favorites is Helmet and House of Pain, Just Another Victim, and Living Color and One DMC, Me, Myself, and My Microphone. And overall, just this is just a really solid movie soundtrack. If you want to hear what rap metal, rap rock done correctly, you gotta check out Judgment Night's soundtrack. This is some really good stuff, so I'm really glad to pick this one up. And the last used CD that I bought off the thrift store, and the last CD that I'm going to show off in this collection update, is the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. Now, I'm not a fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers at all, but Californication might be the only album from this band that I actually really enjoy. This album is like a mix between alternative rock, psychedelic rock, funk rock. Um, but yeah, most of the songs on here I actually really enjoy, and some of the songs actually remind me of my childhood because some of the singles on here I actually grew up listening to, like Scar Tissues, Other Side, Californication, the title track. But overall, this is just a really solid album from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and definitely makes me feel nostalgic because, like I said, some of the singers on here I grew up listening to when I was a kid. And yeah, and also this is might be the only Red Hot Chili Pepper album that I actually really enjoyed. So yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers Californication, just a really solid album from them. And that's it, everyone. That's my small little collection update. Hopefully everyone enjoys it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and Not sure when my next video is going to be, but like I said, hopefully everyone enjoys this one. So thanks for watching, and see you next time, whenever that happens.